Biofuels versus EVs, competing solutions for a greener future. Electric vehicles and biofuels have become two of the most well-known options for environmentally friendly transportation as the globe works to slow down climate change and lessen its reliance on fossil fuels. While EVs use battery-powered electric motors with zero tailpipe emissions, biofuels, which are made from organic resources, provide a green alternative for internal combustion engines. This comparison highlights the potential contributions of EVs and biofuels to a more sustainable transportation landscape by examining their salient features. Number 7. Energy source and sustainability. Renewable organic materials, which include a variety of feedstocks such as food crops, non-food crops, agricultural leftovers, and waste items, are the source of biofuels. This renewable feature lessens reliance on finite fossil fuel supplies by enabling the sustainable production of biofuels. Biofuels can drastically reduce greenhouse gas emissions when they are used in place of gasoline or diesel. For example, ethanol can cut carbon emissions by up to 50% when compared to conventional fuels. Furthermore, if done properly, the production of biofuel crops can improve soil health and encourage biodiversity. The sustainability of biofuels, however, depends on proper land use planning. For instance, producing ethanol on marginal or degraded land can reduce competition with food crops and stop deforestation. Electric vehicles, on the other hand, are powered by electricity, which may be produced in a number of ways, including renewable energy sources like hydroelectric, solar, and wind. The environmental advantages of EVs keep getting better as the world's energy infrastructure shifts to cleaner generation techniques. Therefore, both EVs and biofuels offer practical strategies to combat climate change and lessen dependency on fossil fuels, while highlighting the significance of sustainable production methods. Number 6. Efficiency. An important consideration when contrasting biofuels with electric vehicles is energy efficiency. About 60 to 70% of the electrical energy stored in an electric vehicle's batteries is usually converted into useful power for the vehicle's motion. Because electric drivetrains are simpler and have fewer moving parts than internal combustion engines, which typically only transform 20% of the energy stored in gasoline into kinetic energy, they are more efficient. Thermal losses during combustion and mechanical losses in the engine and gearbox are the main causes of ICE inefficiencies. Biodiesel, for instance, has roughly 10% less energy per gallon than diesel fuel, indicating that biofuels have a lower energy density than gasoline or diesel. Growing crops includes preparing the soil, planting, fertilizing, irrigating, harvesting, and processing into fuel. These energy-intensive steps in the production process might reduce the overall efficiency of biofuels when taking into account the full lifespan from farm to fuel tank. When combined with conventional fuels, biofuels might help lower emissions and offer a green substitute for fossil fuels, but they might not be as efficient as electric vehicles in terms of energy consumption per mile driven. Because of their efficiency, EVs are a more appealing choice for lowering transportation's overall energy usage. Number 5. Infrastructure compatibility. One of the main benefits of biofuels over electric vehicles is their compatibility with the current gasoline infrastructure. It is frequently possible to blend biofuels with conventional fuels in different ratios without having to make changes to already existing pipelines or gas stations. For example, many gas stations in the US provide ethanol mixes like E10, which make it easy for customers to switch to renewable fuels without changing their filling routines. Biofuels can rapidly help lower carbon emissions in the current transportation system because of their simplicity of integration. Furthermore, a lot of nations have put laws or incentives in place to promote the use of biofuels in the transportation industry. On the other hand, in order to facilitate their widespread acceptance, electric vehicles require a significant investment in charging infrastructure. While public charging stations, which range from fast DC chargers to regular level 2 chargers, are being installed more frequently in urban areas, rural areas frequently do not have adequate access to these infrastructures. EV owners may experience range anxiety or worries about depleting their batteries before arriving at a charging station as a result of this discrepancy. Furthermore, charging periods can differ greatly. Typical home chargers may take several hours to fully charge an EV battery, whereas rapid chargers can do it in just 30 minutes. Along with creative solutions like battery swapping stations or mobile charging units, Large investments in charging networks are necessary to get beyond these obstacles and speed up the shift to electric mobility. Number 4. Environmental impact. The effects of biofuels on the environment are intricate and varied. Although their production may result in unintended consequences like land use changes that compete with food production or contribute to deforestation and habitat loss, they can significantly reduce overall carbon emissions when used as fossil fuel substitutes. For instance, substantial deforestation in Southeast Asia has been connected to the large-scale production of palm oil for biodiesel, which has led to a loss of biodiversity and an increase in carbon emissions from land conversion. Furthermore, fertilizers and pesticides are frequently employed in conventional agricultural methods for the production of biofuel crops, which can degrade soil and pollute rivers by causing runoff. These environmental issues highlight how crucial it is to use sustainable farming methods that maximize biodiversity while reducing adverse effects on ecosystems, such as crop rotation, organic farming, and agroforestry systems. However, the way that power is generated for charging has a significant impact on the overall environmental impact of electric vehicles, even though they have zero tailpipe emissions. The environmental benefits of EVs are significantly reduced if they are charged using coal or other fossil fuels that are common in some regions' electricity mixes. For these technologies to properly comprehend their effects on ecosystems and communities while encouraging sustainable practices throughout their respective supply chains, thorough life cycle assessments are therefore necessary. Number 3. Economic considerations. A number of important aspects that affect customer choices and market dynamics are taken into consideration when comparing the economics of biofuels versus electric vehicles. Because of their superior battery technology, electric vehicles are sometimes more expensive up front, but over time, they save money on operational costs because they require less maintenance and use cheaper energy than gasoline or diesel. For example, EV owners benefit from the fact that electric drivetrains have fewer moving parts than traditional internal combustion engines, which need more frequent repairs and frequent oil changes because of the wear and tear of mechanical elements. Additionally, EVs are becoming more affordable for consumers thanks to government incentives like tax credits and rebates. In certain areas, these incentives can greatly offset the initial cost of an EV purchase, which encourages broader adoption among groups that were previously discouraged by cost barriers. Number 2. Market trends. The market landscape for electric vehicles and biofuels is rapidly changing due to technological advancements and shifting consumer preferences, which are largely influenced by the increased environmental awareness surrounding climate change issues worldwide today. As a result, governments around the world are enacting policies that aim to increase the consumption of renewable fuels and encourage electrification strategies within the transportation sector through a variety of incentives that are specifically targeted at both producers and consumers. For instance, California's low-carbon fuel standard promotes the integration of renewable fuels into transportation systems, while also encouraging innovation in cutting-edge technologies specifically related to the production of next-generation biofuels from non-food biomass sources like agricultural waste or energy-specific crops like switchgrass. This is a promising approach that may allay some of the worries about the food versus fuel debates that have historically surrounded traditional crop-based biodiesel production methods. Number 1. Future outlook. Looking to the future of transportation solutions with a primary focus on sustainability, it is clear that biofuels and electric vehicles will probably coexist peacefully and play crucial roles in all-encompassing strategies meant to specifically reduce carbon footprints across multiple industries while meeting a variety of energy demands worldwide. Biofuels have the potential to be extremely important in decarbonizing industries that are particularly difficult to electrify, including aviation and maritime transportation, where alternatives like hydrogen fuel cells and battery power are now limited by weight and range issues inherent in current technologies. Meanwhile, with continuous advancements in battery technology, promising higher energy densities and quicker charging times, while also lowering dependency on rare materials like cobalt, found in conventional lithium-ion batteries currently used extensively across industry, electric vehicles are poised to dominate personal transportation markets. The end result is that future scenarios will probably see the emergence of synergistic approaches where both solutions contribute in a unique way to the achievement of global climate goals, while also addressing regional disparities regarding infrastructure availability and resource access. fostering more sustainable transportation ecosystems globally. This will require cooperation from governments, industry stakeholders, and consumers alike to ensure equitable transitions occur smoothly and benefit all parties involved throughout this journey towards greener futures. This thorough comparison offers a thorough grasp of how electric vehicles and biofuels operate as rival but maybe complementary alternatives for a more environmentally friendly transportation future. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.